green. Right, so if you look at this, this is a par 3. I've gone long here. It was slightly downwind and I couldn't quite feel it on the tee. If you can look back there, we've got a hedge across the back, so it's quite tricky to find out the wind direction. So it was just downwind. So I've got this big long area of green which I didn't want to land on because it leaves me a long putt, and I only had a 9-iron in my hand. It was 135 and I thought that was just kind of fine, a little soft 9-iron. But it's carried the whole lot. If I spin you round, short-sided here, as you can see, because the pin's at the back, and it's gone to here. So we got this horrible little scoop here, and then it's rolled up the back into a nasty little slot. Now, this is horrible because we've got a down slope. As you can see, the shot I've got no green to work with. It really is kind of survival. What are my options, and what would your options be? Well, it's obviously dependent on your skill level, is the first thing. But secondly, I've got this section to come up. So even for me, I mean, I'm thinking of trying to do like a splash lob shot, but it's really off a downslope. So for you guys, I don't think there's much of a run through this. That would be my first option, is to run it in, but it's just going to stop there, and the ground it's not very good. The grass is quite long, and it's running up onto a short-sided pin position. So I'm thinking that the splash shot, the lie is okay. The lie, I mean, that's often our first thing we're going to look at and see if we can get some get underneath it, if there's some grass underneath it. So there is some grass underneath it. You can see that from when you put the club behind it. You can kind of realistically set up to the ball and see kind of how much you can get underneath it or not. With this one, I can get underneath it a bit. So we got our first shot, which is not going to work because I know it's going to hit that bank there, and it's just going to go dead because it looks a little bit wet and it's not fairway or anything. So from here, I'm going to have to try and play a lob shot, which is a safer shot. Even if you run it to 20 feet, that is better than leaving it here. So for me, I'm trying to get up and down, but to be honest, I'm just trying to hit it a little bit harder. I'm trying to land it between the edge of the green and the pin. For you guys, really, I mean, even if you hit like a wedge, sand iron, your most lofted club, up into the centre of the green in 2-putt, that would not be the end of the world. I've got no shots to play with, so I have to try and get up and down at least. But then with my short game, I know that if I do duff it just here, there's a good chance I'll probably get it up and down from there. But I've got it in the back of my mind that I just don't really want to be short, because short is going to leave myself a really difficult little chip. So the way I go about this, we've got a lie, which is fine. The lie looks pretty good, and we're on a huge downslope. Now, instinctively, what most people do is back away from that downslope and kind of face on from a slope like this. So if you've got the slope pointing down this direction, they kind of usually start doing this and get themselves nice and comfortable and end up back like this. And then, so what's that giving you? The bottom of your arc is actually going to be kind of set along this position, and your strike point's going to move back here. If you understand me, we've got this area going. So if we tilt our shoulders, and we get our shoulders and our weight on our front here, because on a downslope, we're going to pitch our shoulders so it's the same as the strike point there. Now you hope to have a lot of loft on your club, so at least we're going to be able to get some air on it. But what we don't want to do is misstrike it. And misstriking it would be getting back like this and hitting it back here somewhere, hitting it fat. So we really have got to try and pitch ourselves down the slope in order to give ourselves a chance. Now for me, I'm going to try and do like a lob shot. So I'm going to aim well left, maybe to the edge of the green over there, and I'm going to swing across that, and it should pop up in the air and land pretty softly. If it doesn't, I just want to make sure I clear this little area here. So again, like I've done before, I would get to about halfway and I'd have a look at it and see what kind of arc it would be from this side, because you have to hit it hard enough to get that weight to get up there. And I can see it's going to take quite a bit of effort to flip it up as much as I can. Let's see what we do. I'm going to aim left. I'm going to get comfortable. I'm going to try and get my shoulders kind of level, my weight. It's going to look a little bit funny, but we're really just trying to make that into a normal stance with our shoulders. This one. All right? Okay, so I mean that's kind of, when you try and take the luck out of it as far as hitting it a bit harder than you expect, then I kind of semi-duffed it a little bit, but because I was swinging harder, aiming to land it actually on the flag, it worked out okay, and I've got kind of an uphill putt now. If you set yourself up to hit something past, if you look for a big spot of the green, or certainly an area where you don't want to go, it enables you to put that strike on it and be confident in getting it up to the hole. You might make a bogey, you could drop a shot, or you could even hole it. There's all sorts of different scenarios, but you certainly want to try and leave yourself that putt to try and make your par. At least get it on the green, give yourself a go. The bad shot was obviously putting yourself there, but you don't want to implode that with a double bogey or worse. So give that a go. Think about that next time you're out there.